My name's Oscar.
And my name is Carl.
And this is Who Would Watch This? Welcome to Who Would Watch This, the podcast where we watch a film, chat about the film, and then try and figure out who would watch this.
Today we're talking about Monte Carlo, which currently has a 41% on Rotten Tomatoes, a 3.2 on Letterboxd, and a 5.8 on IMDb. Oscar, what's the plot?
3 young women vacationing in Paris find themselves whisked away to Monte Carlo after one of them is mistaken for a British heiress. Okay, I'm intrigued. I'm very intrigued. I'm very excited. Carl, before I get too excitable, should we go to last week?
To last week?
Yeah.
What, when we hadn't seen the film?
Hadn't seen the
And
film.
we were trying to predict who
we thought we'd watch
it?
this. Yes, you know,
Okay,
yeah.
Yeah, okay.
You know,
we could go back there, but I'm sick of living in the past.
Oh man, I'm always looking to the future, except when I reminisce.
That's right.
How good's reminiscing? Remember when we did it last week?
Oh, I know. I loved when we recorded last week. Shall we have a listen?
Let's go back. Carl, you've asked us to do Monte Carlo. It is a
I begged.
You were
I've
on
begged
you were
us
on
to
your
do
knees.
Monte Carlo.
You were like,
Please!
and it was.
I was more tastefully like na 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 na.
Honestly, the trailer song definitely enticed me. Have you seen this? Why did you want to do it? And who's watching this? Huh? Who's this for?
I have seen it. Saw it on DVD back in the day.
Whoa, DVD.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Oh my god, physical media
Free-streaming.
king. There we go.
I did not enjoy it from memory.
Yeah.
And I was just shocked by how many people had logged it on Letterboxd, and I was like, we should do this one.
Can I say, and maybe this is me being ignorant, maybe this is me judging a book by its cover, but a 14-year-old boy does not seem like the target audience for this. What enticed you by this?
Oh, I couldn't tell you.
Was it the Gomez of it all?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Movies got sent in the mail. I had a massive queue. I added any new release to it. I saw a lot of just stuff that honestly really broadened my horizons. Like
Yeah.
I watched a lot of old movies, a lot of new ones, and a lot of random ones. The amount of random ones that I've seen, like the amount of movies I've seen that star John Cryer for no reason.
And for a horrible amount of time, you do reference them like it's an Avatar.
They never leave. They never leave. It's from my... And I was like, well, if I was watching a John Cryer film, then surely everybody was.
Listen, when his 2.5 Men is his second bag, because his main bag is the film.
What is it? No.
Take your time.
Not The Collector. Hang on, let me go into my mind palace. I don't know the name, but I can give you the plot.
Oh, wow. What does John Cryer get himself up to?
Oh, maybe it's called Unknown. It's a guy is... he's got, I think, a mob boss, and he's torturing him. And I think maybe it's Lawrence Fishburne. And anyway, somebody's struggling drugs into the country inside dead bodies. And John Cryer is the head of the FBI, and he's looking for it. And then at the end of the movie, there's a big twist that the guy that was torturing the other guy, that guy had set up the whole thing, and he really wasn't being tortured.
Damn.
And they'd caught that guy. And John Cryer is just a part of it.
Okay, wow. Your mind is a palace. No one's ever seen that. Send in AskWWT podcast if you have seen that film. Carl,
Can I just quickly find out what it is?
Of course.
And do you want to wager how many people have seen it?
I reckon 10,000.
The movie is called Tortured.
It's damn, you really nailed it with the plot.
It is on Tubi right now.
Great. That's you know what? You've told me everything that needed to be. I'll be watching it tonight.
It stars James Cromwell, Kevin Pollak, John Cryer, who is 11th build, so not a lead. And it's got Lawrence Fishburne.
I gotta tell you, you really did need this podcast because what use is this information? What use is the fact that I know a niche film that John Cryer was in?
And it has been logged by 396 people. I'm one of them. I've given it a 2.
You've also given Monte Carlo a 2. How do they rank? And who do you think would watch this?
Look, both are for the young girl in all of us. If you didn't have a crush on John Cryer, 2.5 Men fame, looking out for his niche work directed by Nolan Leibovitz, then did they go on to do anything? This is their only film. Oh God. What was the question?
I think you answered it.
Oh, yeah, I watched it on. Why did I watch it? Yeah, because I've seen Tortured.
Monte
I
Carlo.
watched
Monte
anything.
Carlo. Okay. Who would
Okay.
watch? Sorry, you have answered my answer. Why have you watched it? Great.
I consumed.
Yes.
Okay.
So if you,
I love to consume.
If you're sort of that monster and spiritual weird that just eats anything, this is up your alley.
Oh,
This is up your
absolutely.
alley.
Yeah, if you just enjoy looking at and hearing,
Moving pictures.
yeah,
Oh
Monte
my
Carlo's
God.
for you.
Yeah.
If you love a Chaplin film, I gotta say, from memory, I thought it was gonna be way more hijinksy, like a She's the Man,
Yeah.
or just because it's a person swap.
Yeah.
you know, it should
They're
be
always fun.
It should be fun. And I remember thinking it was not fun, and. My idea of a European vacation did not align
Okay.
with 3 women from the Middle America. Who would have guessed? Not me, says young Carl in Australia.
Wearing a beret, going, this is not my type of holiday.
This is not my French. Oscar, who do you think would watch Monte Carlo?
You've given me so. I really have going into this blind. I've been given nothing. I guess some gals in France. You know, if you're looking to plan a Europe trip, I'm going to stand by this. I think plan your trip exactly how these 3 girls go about it. You'll have a great time. I'm standing by that. Hopefully, nothing wrong ensues. Right? It's
Yeah.
all smooth sailing.
Absolutely.
Yeah, great. If you're looking for a plan, is you Google it. You know, there's no real good ways. You know, blogs. You want it, just do dot for dot what this film does, and that's who would watch it. Planners.
Nice.
Of the Eurovision.
Oh, Planners is a good one.
Yes.
And look, while we're at it, I'm just going to give my mini review of the actual city Monte Carlo.
Okay, we're going now. We're
Right? Have you been?
I've never been to Monte Carlo.
Oscar, who says you're not perfect? And who says this movie isn't perfect? Me. I hated it this viewing. Oscar, what are your thoughts?
Carl, you're gonna hate me.
No,
Carl, you're really
I
gonna hate
don't
me.
love it.
I actually think it's too well made. I've got notes, but I had a real fun time. I've got a theory. I think if you have to film in France, you suddenly get film cameras and you have to do a bit of French New Wave stuff. There's some wacky edits in this. There's some fun camera pans. There's some interesting camera shots that I've not seen in. I assume it's for children. I don't know who made this. I don't know which order. I guess we'll figure this out. That's the
People
whole-
who like Tortured.
Yeah, it's for them. It's for them. I had a ball. However, I do have notes. Shall we get into the movie Monte Carlo?
From the director of The Family Stone.
And that is where I'm at, Carl. I looked this up. I think it has a sort of where you are going to say it's bland and boring. I think
I'm going to lean back in my chair.
It's me.
The Family Stone is the best film that's ever been made.
100%. And what happens in the Family Stone? They meander around the house.
they don't.
But because they're character building and it shows a rich life of suburban America in a lovely little home. And this is what these 3 girls are doing in Paris.
That is
they are falling in love, and I'm all for it.
Family
It's-
Stone is a nuanced film about 10 of the least likable characters you've ever seen have a Christmas with maybe a homophobe, and it is beautiful,
Yeah.
and it is touching,
Yeah.
and it is Christmas to a T.
And they bring this to France, and they bring it to France, and they bring it to Paris. Could you believe it? I couldn't believe it. Carl, let's-
Crazy. My letterbox is going to be like, you've given this guy a 5-star and a 2, and
Yeah.
that's all you've seen
you
of
get
him.
a 3, and we're averaging a 3.5.
Oh, God. And you know what he also wrote? The Guernsey Literary Potato Peel Pie Society.
Oh well, that's a movie. I
Sorry?
assume.
Oh, that's Quaint, the film. Have you not seen Quaint, the movie?
No, I don't know.
Oh.
Now, what is your hatred of
It's
gals
available
having?
on 4 platforms, so you know it's good.
Oh, boy,
Lily
mate.
James is the
Might
star.
bite on YouTube. Carl, why are you a hater? Why don't you like this film?
Why don't I like this movie?
What whimsy? You know,
It's got no whimsy. That's the reason I don't like it. I think it's because look, it is because, and I got to tell you, I didn't mind the setup. I loved them going through Paris syndrome.
Yeah.
Thought that was like awesome.
Yeah.
Loved how that was shot. Thought it was cozy. Love Paris in the rain. Love all that stuff. Love when Selena Gomez is brought into the movie and she gets to do this whole other horrible British performance.
Yes.
And then what they do with all of their money and their time is nothing. They live the life
Yeah,
that I lived in Europe,
if you
which
wanna
is just on a beach.
If Carl, if you want to watch some American trash film, maybe that's the narrative you're going
God.
for. A 3-act structure with bland stuff. Maybe
It's so clear they just wanted a beach. Like, that's all they wanted.
and that's all French film is. Okay, it's them vibing it out, and it's just pretty people on a beach, and that's a film, and that's fine.
They're there in Paris being like, I don't like this. I want to live the high life.
Yeah.
They barely stay in their hotel room. They
Yeah.
just sit on a beach.
Yeah.
It's not that they don't
What do
like
you
their
do?
life.
What do
They
you
sit
do?
on-
Wait,
no,
how-
but
what
I'm
it-
just saying they don't need wealth and to swap out for a princess or whatever
They need
to have a good time.
They need a new
just needed a beach.
They need a new perspective.
They just needed
That's
a beach.
what they need. They need
well,
a new.
they don't need to do a character swap then, do they?
Okay, I will say this right now. I think the character they should. That's my only critique, and I have none. Is that they don't go full hog on the character swap. So then the half in with Selena Gomez having a bad relationship and a half a character swap movie. I would have absolutely loved it if they went full hog on the swapping or full hog on her relationship.
Well, this is what I don't like either. I
Okay.
think it's stuck maybe wanting to do a person swap movie,
Yeah.
but not really doing it.
yeah.
Like, that's it.
It's odd because I think I really like the other two girls' character arcs and their story and the beautiful romances they form in the way. And you'll give me a face. And it isn't a nice face because here's the thing. I think they learn and bond and I'm over for it. I'm happy to just watch people live in their lives.
Were you crying when they went to Machu Picchu and screamed?
Yes, I thought that paid off so well. My wife came in as that kind of elf and she was like, why are we screaming? I'm like, that is a beautiful payoff that you only see.
I think one of the things about the movie, and look, and I think there's nothing wrong with this as a concept.
Yeah.
The movie is wish fulfillment for girls that want to go to Europe.
Oh, yeah. That's my other critique. 7 days in Paris is not going to solve your issues. That's just not going to happen.
Yeah.
That's just what it is. I'm
Yeah.
so sorry if people are listening to this. I'm sure you've just booked a ticket to Paris or maybe Machu Picchu. No, it is not going to solve. You're going to be jet lagged. You're going to be a shit hostel, and the coffee is just all right. Everyone smokes there, and it looks great on film. It is a smell though.
Where's nobody smoking here? This movie's a fantasy.
Yeah.
It's a fucking
It is a
fantasy.
fantasy. Now, I will say this. If the children were smoking, it'd be a 5-star film.
I'd go to right now if everybody was chain smoking through the movie and it was in black and white. Yeah, it probably would have won an Oscar.
It would have.
It would have been our generation's The Artist.
It would have
and
been.
Selena
Our
Gomez.
generation's the artist? What a horrible take.
Well, because it's still not good.
I've never seen The Artist, but what a revolt.
The dog runs away with it. He is a star and he deserves the world.
What did that beat? Like everything? Oh, God.
No, it was that awful year in film where it was like, it's either this or Hugo. No, it's 2011. It's like one of those years in movie where you're like, I guess I remember Drive.
Yeah. Oh, upsetting. Well, this film definitely deserved all the Oscars. Oh, this was 2011.
What a year.
Damn, what a year.
What a year.
What a great year.
Okay, let's jump into it.
Let's get into our characters.
She's working at a diner.
Yeah.
She is asked to pour sugar into their cups.
Read the first note I've got.
Carl, what the sugar?
I know you're too
That's
damn
not
well-
how you pour sugar.
Oh, it is aggressive. Okay, she's got
Has
a
she
sugar...
got it in a sack? No, because she's already got it in a jug.
No,
she's got it in a water jug.
She's got a water jug and she's got a container and
Yeah.
she goes, great, I can pour this in. She gets the worst funnel. It's half out,
She
half
hasn't got a funnel.
She has got a
no,
funnel.
she doesn't have a funnel. That was the issue.
Yeah.
She's gone sack to jug to container, no funnel. That's not how you do sugar.
She's like, I've been saving it for 4 years. And you can see why. She can miss the coins into the jar. It's an absolute mess.
It's honestly, they should be making money because she's clearly a sugar thief. This is the easiest way to steal sugar.
I'm selling sugar on the side.
She should be
How
pocketing cartons of sugar.
Everyone knows in America you make most of your money off tips and also selling sugar on the side.
Absolutely.
That's how people get... It's a grift. It's a grift.
If you've ever done it,
Never tip your wait staff because guess what? They're stealing sugar from underneath you.
you just go, look, put the sugar in your pocket, and I'm not gonna ring it up. I'm a cop.
There's a bag of cocaine. A little baggie of cocaine.
Yeah, look, I just thought, and it's not her fault. It's not Selena Gomez. I just think that's bad managing. I don't know who the manager
It's
is.
the same for the prop
Yeah.
department. It's just
Yeah.
like it just shouldn't been on. And quite frankly, it puts you on a sour note for the rest of the film. With Selena Gomez.
Absolutely.
I just think she's in a different film, and I think everyone else is in a different film. I feel like they wrote two characters, one like, stuck up bitch, and one's a free spirit, and they're also like, what if we did the Parent Trap in the middle of that? And you kind of go, okay, odd choice, but good.
You know what's weird? I love the stuck-up bitch way more.
So much
right?
more.
Isn't she?
So much more.
Anytime she's
Meg's
on screen,
great.
I
Meg's
love her.
great. Meg gets, I think, the film kind of go, okay, let's get into our band of characters. We got Selena Gomez, okay?
Yeah.
She is best friends with a girl named Emma. I really had to get the
I
family.
was deeply confused.
Yes, I had to.
I thought three sisters.
Yeah.
Until we found out one of their mums was dead, and I went, wait a minute.
Yeah, I had to pause, look up on Wikipedia, and
Yeah.
that's just me admitting that.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got Emma, who is Selena Gomez's best friend and almost like a family friend.
Yeah.
And then we've also got Meg, who is Selena Gomez's stepsister.
Yeah.
And they do not see eye to eye.
No, they don't. One's a bit more stuck up, like Meg.
Yeah.
You could almost say.
Yeah.
And needs to come back down to earth. This
Are you
actress
talking
just lost her
about
house in the fires.
Sorry, you talking about Family Guy or The Shark?
I'm talking about the robot Gan,
Sorry, what was it? Fires? What did you say?
the one that plays the stuck up sister. Just lost her house.
Oh, that's awful.
Just lost her house. I was going to say that's a fun fact, but I guess it is a sad fact.
I've got a fun fact that sort of diffuses the situation.
Yeah,
That's
go
real
on.
horrible news. It's the Go Piss Girl.
What do you mean?
You know Go Piss? Like Go Piss Girl?
What?
Go Piss? You not seen this?
No.
Okay, where have you been?
What is it? I feel like I know the phrase. Do you mean
know,
like "go piss girl"?
Yes. Do you not know where that
No,
originates?
I don't know what the origins of that is.
Gotcha. And people have told you to Go Piss Girl, and you've just
No,
and
nobody's
you've been-
ever told me that.
No one's ever. You just heard it in passing.
Sorry, it's just in my vocabulary.
So you're saying it to people.
Oscar, I'm a gay man.
I
Yeah,
know.
I'm going to tell
I
people
know,
to go
I know,
piss.
I know. Yeah, no. Go Piss Girl. There's very important. You need to get the girl.
Oh, I'm
part.
just telling you to go piss.
I know, it's very aggressive. It stinks like shit in here. And that's the shit.
This
not
is
the
the
piss.
same day we're recording Borderlands, and it feels like we're getting a bit piss heavy in the podcast. So I'm gonna put a pin in this. But
Fine.
what's the origin?
Okay, well, it's the Gossip Girl logo, and they've taken out they've rearranged it so it's Go Piss Girl. And everyone says, and then when someone goes, I'm going to the bathroom, they go Piss Girl. And
Right.
everyone, and that's stuck the landing.
Okay, so she's not the go piss girl. She's
No,
just
no,
from
just-
Gossip Girl.
No, just the picture is his line. It says "Go Piss Girl," and she's kind of giving a wry smile to the camera, and everyone likes that. It's a thing that I don't think is. I hope. I think memes kind of come and go, and I think everyone goes, "That's kind of done." I feel like that's enough in the lexicon. Maybe I'm just becoming older. I think it's fine. I'm never going to turn my nose up at that. I'll turn my nose up at piss, but the saying can stay.
I'm not afraid to say it. I think you're too much this episode.
Okay, well, guess what? Monte Carlo is my favorite movie of 2024. Carl,
Don't pull an unfriended dark web. You know it's not as good as unfriended dark web. What a picture.
You wish you could have
What
this
a
energy.
picture.
You wish you could have this energy for this episode. Carl, Corey Monteith is also here.
Oh god, I gotta tell you right now, his performance is bad.
Crazy.
This man does not have this accent, and neither does her.
It is. I like the vibe of Texas here. I like Middle America. Just on. I like it. I like it. The look of it. It looks nice. They do walk into this. He walks in. He looks like he's just dressed for Glee, but he's wearing a flannel. So you're like, well, he's Texan. And he goes, "Howdy, partner. How you doing? How about I get some of those grits in my sausage?" And you're like, "Damn, he's giving a performance." It is a strange, not character. Just what it does feel very French New Wave in the sense of like, what's this? What is he? Because I thought he was an antagonist, but it seems like he's kind of charming.
Yeah. I don't think they know what he is.
Yeah.
I don't know why he comes to Monte
I think they got
Carlo.
Corey, they went, he's doing really well in Glee.
It feels like they got. Did this come out the same year as Glee or anything? Or is he deep into Glee by this point?
I think Glee's 2009, so this is about this is season 3-ish.
But it feels like if they're shooting like 2010, you got to remember this would have been shot on film.
It was shot on film.
Yeah.
I did think, I'm like, have they shot this on film? Because Paris looks great on film. If you show up and if you start filming on an iPhone, they shoot you in the street.
It depends if the movie came together quickly, right? Because potentially he could have been cast without the Glee success or early, or being like, I'm in the middle of shooting Glee.
I think he's in the throes of Glee.
You reckon he's in the throes of Glee? And he's been given
that boy
the
a-
eighth person on the movie
Yeah.
because he's in Glee?
Yeah.
Okay.
I 100%. You have to.
I just feel like they'd use him more. You know, like if they had a Glee man.
I feel like I like it. He was like Emma's pretty much like okay. The big conceit of the film is that Selena Gomez was going to go to Paris, and the parents are like, "Man, these two girls are annoying. We'll send them to Paris with you."
Yeah. So how rich are they? Because they also get bumped up to first class to
Yes.
go. Yet they can't afford a nice place.
I'm thinking. What do you mean they can't afford a nice place?
Well, they haven't gotten themselves a nice hostel.
Oh, I think that's a poor planning on the girls' part.
Yeah.
Yeah. Apologies, they aren't 18. We've all been there, you
Yeah.
know. I do
Oh
think.
yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, at 25, I was staying in places like this.
I honestly, I thought the place looked fine. I thought in the middle of Paris.
I thought it was a good nook.
Yeah,
And they say the thing you always say: "I'm barely going to be in the room."
exactly.
I would have made myself comfortable on that saggy dog bed that folds.
Yeah,
would have had a ball.
Exactly. You sort of push the the riddled springs and just sort of make yourself a little comfortable.
I would have been out drunk in the streets of Paris, avoiding being stabbed.
Oh, 100%. Now, I do think the dad's a little bit wealthy and he's sort of buying their love a bit.
Does he own the diner? Who owns the diner? Because the diner's down to two of its best
no,
workers.
I think
I don't think the economy of the diner's going to check out.
the diner's done.
The diner's definitely
diner's
done.
done. It's done. Okay? That's it. Throw that in the bin. It's a broken home.
I'm not afraid to say it. It's a done diner.
Yeah. I think so. And I think, quite frankly, what's his dad's game? Because I think he owns a rival diner a couple streets over. He just poached them for 7 days. How the hell is this diner going to survive? Without and saying that, though, the sugar tray will be going back up again.
Now, here's the thing.
Yes.
The three of them, they get whisked away.
Yeah.
They don't really want the stepsister there, but they're
Yeah.
going to persevere. Especially so the stepsister and the best friend do not get along that well. They are not similarly compatible people.
They're different people.
And that's okay.
Yeah.
They get to France. It's not how they want it to be.
Yeah.
They jump onto a tour. The tour abandons them at the Eiffel Tower.
Yeah.
I got to tell you, I had a little bit of a like, wow, how far have we come with technology? Because I thought them being left behind was no biggie. But I was like, I guess with no Apple phone, no maps, foreign city,
Yeah.
this is a nightmare.
That's a great point. That is just, you are. I remember, I feel like I traveled just before phones. I didn't have mobile data. I feel like that was, I had Starbucks with Wi-Fi. That's it.
yeah.
I remember.
You'd hop. You'd
hop.
be like, oh, that one will have free Wi-Fi, and you'd
100%.
go in there.
That's what you need to do. I feel like I did this once. I was just like, meet at Buckingham Palace at 11 on the 27th of December, and then we just didn't speak until we met. That's just what you used to have to do. But these girls are fucked. This is terrifying.
There's no way they can
But
get
God,
home.
doesn't look gorgeous in France. They use some wacky shots when they're running down the Eiffel Tower.
Now, I love. I love this hotel that they go to. In the rain, what a vibe.
Yeah.
They go in there. Selena Gomez, Meg walks in.
Meg is the mean. Who are you saying?
Oh, who's the mean one?
The mean Selena Gomez?
Yeah.
Oh.
In the hotel when they go in to the after it's rained.
Cordelia.
Yeah, Cordelia. That's
Cordelia.
it. Sorry.
Meg is our charming character we grow to love. Cordelia's a bad.
Sorry.
ass.
I love Cordelia.
Okay,
Hate
gotcha.
Meg.
Listen, I back it 100%. This little accent that Selena Gomez is doing,
Yeah.
good.
It's brat.
Great. Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, it's powerful.
It's so powerful.
It's nice.
It is everything I've ever wanted a performance to be.
Yes.
Maybe I think this is the best. Now that I know it's from the guy that made The Family Stone, I'm coming around
that's
to it.
You're biased. See, this is me as
Oh,
a
absolutely.
critic. Yeah.
Absolutely. I'm not afraid to say it. Yeah.
Oh, damn. Jean-Luc Godard did this? Well, it's a good film, then 5 stars. 5 stars.
What happens here
Yeah.
is we have Cordelia comes in.
Yeah.
She spouts a bunch of exposition. She looks exactly like Selena Gomez. The two girls come up with the idea that they're going to swap Selena Gomez in.
Just call identity theft.
Yeah,
It's fine.
they're just doing some absolute identity theft. They walk out. The owners of the hotel go, "We've found your 26-pound lobster."
Oh, yeah.
And they wheel it up on a giant... This lobster is like a meter large, right?
Yeah.
And you go, surely these three women aren't going to eat a meter large lobster. They finish it entirely. It cuts to them done, patting their mouths.
It's hollowed out. I gotta tell you, it's the
They've-
size of a log. It's the size of a... Imagine it.
It's a trunk full lobster.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
That's all I want. Lobster, you can't... You get into the little claw and there's just a little bit. That one, you could really chew into it. Like
Just
a
so
big,
you
big,
know-
big bit of taffy.
That's 12 kilos.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
A 26-pound lobster.
4 kilos of lobster? fuck the price. How are you consuming
When was the
that?
last time you
It's
had
like a
4
mukbang.
kilos? When was the last time you ate
God.
4 kilos?
Of anything. I haven't drank 4 liters of water.
I had a 200-gram steak last night. It filled me.
They've got to film that and put that on YouTube. That's the mukbang.
This
of the
is
century.
the film.
Yeah, I would love to see that they've dropped. Like that. We're not even doing the identity theft stuff. We're just gonna have 3 girls sit down. It's gonna be an eating challenge. It's
Just so
gonna be
you
nuts.
know, they're inferring Cordelia was going to eat 12 kilos to herself.
I think here's the thing. Cordelia, she's a rich bitch, but she knows opulence.
Yeah, she does.
You
She's
have
everything.
You have a bite and it's done.
Yeah.
These girls, like rats, finish the thing,
Yeah.
and that's how you can tell they're poor. Okay.
It's just gluttonous. It's so gluttonous.
It's the definition of gluttonous. It's egregious. That's what it is. My God. And they go, should we go for a run? I'd be done.
Yeah.
I wouldn't.
They're like, what if we went out and explored?
They're in Paris for 7 days. 5 days is in the hotel
Yeah.
room.
I assume if they'd given me that and I'd eaten 4 kilos, they find me dead the next morning. Cordelia dead? Question mark.
Was it an OD? Yeah, an lobster.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was aggressive.
She
and
had-
a lot of crack.
You never have 4 kilos of lobster.
So the hotel staff is not perplexed by this. I kind of think.
They should be.
Here's the thing. I thought, Mike, it's odd that no one's, batting an eye. I think Cordelia is such a monster to all the staff. I think everyone goes, we know it's not her. We just
They're giving her a
we
break.
just don't care. I just think the French are not lazy. That's mean, but isn't it right? Because I just don't think they're.
They
on.
don't give a fuck.
They don't give a fuck.
They want you to
don't.
leave.
Yeah, exactly.
There was
Get
a
outta
weird
here.
gag in it where they're like, here's your dinner, and they took it away, and they were like, here's your dessert, and they took it away.
I think the idea around that was that it's the tour's going too quickly and they're not experiencing anything. It's just
Oh, okay. I thought they were saying that's what service is like.
I
And I
don't
was
think
like,
so.
I gotta tell you, they're fucking slow.
They're
They're so slow. Like,
Oh, the culture is you're going to have 90 cigarettes and a coffee, and
Yeah.
that's your meal. It's
Yeah.
going to take you 9 hours
yeah. It's a lot of, you're having a 3-hour lunch.
during the workday.
Yeah. The creme brulee will arrive when it's ready. Okay.
We just started milking the cows.
Yeah, that's
Once
right.
the cream's ready, then you'll know.
Custard? Shut up.
Fuck up, you fucking vile
Yeah.
bitch. Have
Yeah.
9 cigarettes.
Anyway, so they decide to do it. Now, I've got to say this because they're shocked that she looks so much like her. Cordelia's on the front cover of Hello Magazine, which they basically say is a worldwide magazine. Why don't they know about her? Because they're sort of saying she's a bitch Diana.
Wow, that's a great call, actually. Is that what it says in like the Daily Mail for Cordelia? Bitch Diana, hope she gets run down by a car. I guess they're just rough girls from Texas, They don't know nothing about nothing.
But considering they're so into this, it feels like they would have actually read or know of her.
Okay, you're stabbing holes in my plot, Carl, and it's just not on.
Decrease it a star. I've proved you wrong. Decrease it a star.
It's factually wrong and therefore a false. How about I love living in the moment, huh? How about getting a bit of French?
How am I meant to? If they didn't have the sugar scene at the beginning, I wouldn't have been so against the film. Okay?
It was egregious like that lobster.
Oh my-
I
it was.
don't know. I feel like. Listen, maybe they're just not up to date with the trends. Listen, we assume they're young and 18. They could be 28. I don't know who's hot and doing anything nowadays.
I don't know.
I couldn't tell you anybody. I just found about Taylor Swift and Ed Sheeran. They're blowing up, I hear.
Yeah.
They're on all the radio.
Just found out about this Timotei guy.
Yeah.
Apparently he's a real wonker on set. I've heard. So now all of the girls get paired up with a guy.
Yes. Let's talk about this. Okay. I'm going to go.
Fuck one, marry one, kill one.
Fantastic. Okay. Straight off the bat, we've got introduced to they've gone for a very wide selection of cultures, haven't they?
They have.
They've got the French, they've got the Australian, and they've got the English, which is really that's all backpackers.
Yeah.
If you go to a hostel, that's all you're going to find.
Yeah.
The Australian is played by who would watch this? Royalty from Point Break. Remember that?
Yeah, Luke Bracey.
Yeah.
He gives a tour de force in every film he's in.
I think he's fun in this. Maybe because he's just there to look hot, and because it's France and in a film, It's on film. It works.
He seems like somebody that his because the three of them, the three main girls,
Yeah.
are actually successful actresses, right?
Yeah.
He's sort of leveling up to the movie. I think he's just excited to have gotten a free flight to Europe and to make a movie. His energy's like
good.
coming off.
He's
good in this.
He's charismatic.
Yeah.
I think that it's exactly what Meg needs.
Yeah,
and I think
absolutely.
it really works really well.
Yeah.
I'm all on their relationship.
Yeah.
I think she's opening up. The film immediately gets so much brighter when she gets her spark back, Carl.
Yeah.
She's lost that, she's not dry. She's not a wet blanket. She's all in. 2 days in Paris. Wow.
Whatever you
that's
say.
That's what Luke Bracey will do to you. Now, let's talk about the others. We've got Selena's. I didn't realize they were doing this for Theo, which is Theo in France. I'm not for it. He's this sort of hoity-toity British one that's Cordelia, I guess, was not seeing, but just around. They're at balls a lot together. I hate them. I don't think they work at all.
Yeah,
I
don't
think
like
because
them
we're
either.
doing a swapping plot, it feels very forced at the end.
It does.
Because Selena Gomez is sort
I'll
of...
tell you right now, though, I thought the final notes of the movie were charming.
What, them in Romania?
So when they're like, "It's nice to meet you," I went, "Oh." I was touched. I was touched.
I just don't think they work. I just think I think that's the biggest issue.
Oscar, you're a fucking hater on this film.
I will.
And I think you need to calm down.
Okay,
because this might be the best film ever made.
Okay, you've latched onto my energy and you're not giving it back. I want it back. Okay, what you tell me who Emma's dating and why you love them then.
I don't know, this guy's a dickhead.
He is.
This is my kill.
Yeah.
Here's what it is.
Okay, well,
I marry Luke.
Yeah.
I kill this guy.
Yeah.
And I guess I have sex with Cordelia's man.
Yeah. Tight.
What are you hitting?
Okay. Listen, it's a nasty little threesome with Luke's body. I've killed and I've fucked.
Oh, okay. You're gonna get descriptive.
I'm getting descriptive. I'm getting pretty vile. I just think, here's the thing. Emma does not need, she's a wild card. And maybe, I don't think she needs to be tamed, but I do think you need to
What
go
are you
for...
fucking talking about?
I feel like this breakup...
Who's Emma?
The blonde one.
Right.
The wild
She's a
card.
wild card
She
that
is.
needs to be tamed.
Yes, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, you gotta get burnt out there.
No joke. What fucking film were you watching? Like what are you watching?
I feel like I've gone into just a beautiful film. And it's just,
So
yeah.
you don't find the final moments of this movie simply beautiful, simply gorgeous?
Meg and whatever, Riley, I think his name, stunning, great, wonderful. Selena Gomez and her, I don't know, whatever trash he's bringing around now, vile, just bland. I cannot back
God,
it.
I don't know what you're doing. I don't know what you've seen.
Emma, I can't remember who she ends up with. She definitely ends up with somebody.
Corey Monteith.
Oh my God. That's why I was like, oh, sorry. Wait, are you talking about Corey Monteith or the French fucker she's fucking? She's
in the fuck, marry, kill.
in the fuck, marry, kill. You talking about Corey?
The French one.
Okay, cool. The one she's running around with.
I'm not involving Corey because he's not a part of it. He gets his own. Here's the thing. I thought we were this little section where we're introducing the boys.
Okay, yeah,
I thought we
huge.
were going to be quicker. But now I guess let's talk about Corey Monteith's subplot.
Yes.
He is in France that day. He must have left minutes after she did.
I love him because essentially his soon-to-be wife is pretty much like, hey, I'm going to Paris for 7 days. He's like, oh my God, this could not come at a worse time. I'm gonna need to propose to you now, so you stay. I need to tie you down so quickly. If you go on the 7-day Paris trip, it's all over. If you see another boy from another, I assume the town's like 8 people. If they see another boy, you're done.
This man's panic and possessiveness is not good.
But
it's
is it-
not a good way to
It's
start
not
a
good.
marriage.
Look, it's not a good way to start a marriage. However, that wry smile he gives in the car, where she's like, "Do you have a ring?" goes, does work.
Corey Monteith knew how to crack a smile.
He did.
I'll give him that. How old are these people meant to be?
I think barely
40?
Yeah. It's
No,
sort of-
because she's out of school and Selena Gomez has just finished school.
yeah. I think
Are they friends during school or because they work together?
I think they work at a diner.
Right.
And I think Emma's a bit of a burnout, maybe like 25, but like I don't know. Like,
Yeah,
like,
okay.
like
Well, I was like, because I thought maybe they were both like 18, 19, and I was like,
I think
19's young.
I think they're young. I think like
19
they're
is young to
20,
settle down.
22. Oh yeah, but it's Texas, Go big or go home. I think that's the saying. Or don't mess with Texas. So one of them.
I only know as much as the Beyonce song Texas Hold'em has taught me.
Yeah,
and that's a lot.
And this ain't Texas. We pretty much get just a montage It feels, and I know you're gonna mock, but it does feel just very like, just meandering French vibes of just let's just follow these people around. There's so many crash zooms in this film; they all work.
It's definitely them doing. Like, they haven't got any permits. They've sent the actors out there.
That's why it feels, I think, like French aware. They're just like on the street, like, wow, it's all shot on location. It's like, we didn't have a permit. We ran around with cameras.
They are frantically running around Monte Carlo, hoping nobody stops them. All of their relationships just sort of like develop. Like, for example, Selena Gomez teaches her boy how to whistle.
Is that what it is?
They've all got a defining moment.
Yeah.
Selena Gomez teaches her boy how to whistle, and then Emma goes back into being a waitress on like a yacht, and is like, "I'll help clean up after dinner." And I'm like, "You don't need to." Like, I know he's being mean, but you can also just not.
Yeah.
Like,
Fairs.
And then what does the other one do? Just lays on a beach.
Again, lays on a beach. Again, it is odd. We're going for this sort of like, let's just chill, and it's like a vibe film, and in the middle is a heist. So essentially, you say that Riley steals the doesn't steal the necklace.
Who's the stuck-up one? Is
Meg,
that right? Okay.
Meg.
So
Meg and Riley. Meg and
okay,
Riley.
So here's the thing about Meg.
Yeah.
Right? Crazy for Meg to go, Emma, you don't get the necklace, and then lose it.
Listen,
What high horse is Meg on?
she's been on a high horse for many years. I think. Listen, if you're gonna let go, you can't let go of the necklace. You gotta have one camera.
You got to pick one.
You gotta pick one. Yeah,
Like,
if
I
you
get
say-
it.
yeah, I know you're living like life of the moment, but you gotta just put it in.
It is weird.
Go back to the hotel.
Because the movie's sort of edging you, being like, hey, we're maybe going to do a Pink Panther thing.
Yeah. Oh, it's so Pink Panther, isn't it? Even the necklace.
Yeah,
God.
it's so Pink Panther.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen the original Pink Panther?
I have.
It is such a vibe.
Yeah, it's
and
great.
it's this.
Yeah.
It's this.
I've
it's
seen
also
one of them. I'm sure. Lots
Strikes Back.
It starts with like a big long tracking shot of them in like this house, a lot of silhouettes, and then someone's murdered in it. Or do they all start like that?
I mean, all of them begin with a murder.
Okay, damn.
It's his job.
Oh, I thought he was doing like finding diamonds. I've only seen the Steve.
No.
Damn.
And then at the end of the first one, he gets framed for having stolen them.
Fuck.
It's the perfect crime.
Oh my god.
What a film. What a picture. Yeah, look, so crazy that Meg goes out on a limb and it blows up in her face.
Yeah.
So quickly.
It is upsetting. She does get it, but then I guess we get to the hijinks of the film. You were looking for some hijinks. How does this hijinks rank up for you?
Love it. This is what I've been waiting for. I have been waiting for this.
Yeah.
I've been waiting for climbing out windows, a shock entry.
How good does that wide shot look
Yeah.
of them? That looks great. I don't know how they've done it. I'm sure like special effects,
Yeah.
but just really fun.
I saw it.
I kept thinking it was a Disney film. I think that's why I kept being
Well,
so
I think
surprised.
I thought it was a Disney film as well, but I don't think it is. Catherine Tate's also been walking around this movie.
Yes. She is the aunt of Cordelia. And I do like, she pretty much finds out Selena Gomez is the just immediately impostering. And pretty much goes, Cordelia is such a cunt. Just lay low. And I like it. Everyone hates her. And I like when people get to be vile. I like in these kind of movies when it's just a stuck-up monster and it's just fun because it's always an actor having fun with it. I think Selena Gomez is having a lot of fun with this character.
Oh, absolutely.
Let's get to the third act because I do think the film kind of becomes I kind of thought it was like French New Wave, but it kind of becomes like a screwball comedy.
This is what
by
I
the
thought
end.
the whole film was going to be like. You know, like this
It's so-
tone.
yes.
It's weird. It locks into it, but I'm loving the tone now.
When like 12 like cops come in like red like hats run through the hotel, I'm like, I am in. This is fun.
It's all so poorly thought out. So let's discuss this. Their plan is identity theft.
Yeah.
They would definitely be going to jail.
Yeah, I
right?
think so.
They seem to think that they wouldn't.
Listen, you are right. In any other world, but one, it's a bit of a magical French place. And two, I do think it's like comeuppance for Cordelia. Everyone's like, man, you were really mean to me. So the crime is null. It's a karmic system in France.
Yeah.
They adopted it after Napoleon. It's kind of a good vibe.
Because they end up tying up Cordelia,
Oh, yeah.
shoving an apple in her mouth,
They-
and going and impersonating her like 30 feet
Which
below.
has happened to celebrities in the past. And some celebrity has gone, that was the most traumatic experience of my life. I would not wish it upon anybody. It is dramatic. It is so much. And it's not play for laughs, but all the cops are like, shut up, you were kidnapped. It's just a little apple in your mouth. However, I do think Cordelia deserves it. She's mean to wait staff, and she wouldn't eat that whole lobster. Bit of a waste, you know? Bit of a waste. I do think it's all fun. I think all the boys coming into the hotel, I think all the girls running out the hotel trying to find everyone, the cops running around the whole hotel is fun. Also downstairs is the auction for this charity thing. I gotta tell you, did not care about the auction for the thing. I don't know, why would it not be sold? Why would Cordelia have the power to be like, no, I won't be donating to charity? Is that how evil she is?
Yeah, I don't know.
She just was like, I will not be auctioning. Did she own the necklace? Was that it?
Yeah, so I guess she was just going to donate it, right? Because it's worth millions.
Yes.
So she
was going to back out of charity.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's why they're like, we can't.
She is bad.
Yeah, she's awful.
She totally deserves.
She's great.
She's great.
She's
though.
great.
We back her. She's the evil Diana. I'm on her side.
I do love that all of the police, she's like, please arrest them. And they're like,
Let's hear them out. They've got the stage and the mic.
Yeah. I love that it's been like, everything's sort of worked out, so why bother?
Yeah, it does feel so. And maybe it's just a movie logic, but it definitely feels like just a French, like, it's all... You're like, I got kidnapped. It's like, you're here. It's like, okay, well, my diamonds are stolen. Like, they're over there. So...
I don't think...
It's good karmically, but if a cop did that, you'd be like, my place was robbed. They're like, well, you had a shit apartment anyway, so
she
fuck you.
basically had the same experience as to what Kim Kardashian went through. That seemed to be pretty traumatic for her.
Yeah, 100%. Oh, well, I guess Cordelia
When in
deserved it.
Rome.
When in Rome. When in Rome.
So the other thing is do we think Cordelia gets her comeuppance? Because I don't think she does.
You don't think she gets her comeuppance? I mean, legally, she definitely gets her comeuppance. She's kidnapped, gagged, and has identity theft and is stolen. There's 4 felonies committed against her. And there's no justice for her. So I do think it's comeuppance in the sense. However, I think you're right. In the movie, she gets off a bit scot-free. But I guess isn't that life, you know?
Yeah, so I don't think she gets enough comeuppance.
No, she doesn't.
Do you reckon she should have died?
I think perished. I think force-fed a lobster, possibly.
Because of it, I would love it if she then had to go through, like, at the end of a series of unfortunate events.
She would totally...
Where she had to eat the lobster.
I think, no. I think she has to
like-
do the 7-day shitty, bus tour that she has to do. That'd be good.
No, she should have to go and work in a Texas diner.
Oh, 100%. She would not be able to fill sugar up. I can tell you that right now.
I think it's funny because in these movies... It's like, because it's funny that they absolutely go, no, Cordelia's the villain. Because usually they're like, no, that person wants a small life, like in Texas.
Yes.
Like they that's what they really want, and they're not about it.
Isn't it quaint, this Texas life? Oh, it would be nice. Just like, I like the flat ground. I don't love the film Nebraska, but I love looking at the film Nebraska. I don't know if I don't know. It's something just very simple about that life, and it just looks nice. It just looks pleasant on the eyes. I don't know if I would want to be there, but I like the look of it. It feels kind.
I mean, I definitely just stand near Bruce Dern a lot.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't Will Forte.
No. Will Forte in that film is not a good vibe.
No.
But
I'd be next to Will Forte and say Coyote versus Acme.
Yeah. We had that, actually. We got to watch it.
Warner Brothers gave it to us.
Yeah.
They said, here you go.
David Zaslav dropped it in a puddle.
He
dropped it in a well. That's where we record.
He loved this bit we did on another episode when we deep dived David Zaslav, and nobody really understood what we were talking about.
No.
But he did.
We supported him, and in a time when no one was supporting him, we stood by him.
We said, crumble that company.
We stand by.
We said, go piss, girl.
Yeah, exactly. And now you're getting it. I reckon you're going to hear that saying so many times now.
You say it all the time.
I don't say it all the time.
Yeah, it spills out of your mouth like molasses.
Piss. Well, piss. Like piss. We get sort of a little, what's it called? A little espresso at the end of the meal. An aperitif, an aperitif, an affogato, aperitif.
Yeah.
We get to see how these guys are doing. We get to see Meg and Riley in Machu Picchu. They had a little subplot where we didn't even talk about it. Meg's mum Meg's dad had perished, just absolutely died. She can't get over the trauma, really upsetting. She has a horrid line that's just absolutely beautiful. It goes, I wish I could scream. I still can't. And then they end up in Machu Picchu. What are they doing? They're screaming, letting out the emotion. Wow, what a climax. Then we're in... Emma and Corey are in Texas, and they're vibing, and they work for each other, you know? I think so. Then we get the sad subplot of them in Romania. Is Selena teaching English in a Romanian school? Was that set up?
Yeah, I had no idea why she was in Romania, right?
I
no idea.
Yeah. Did she learn that she wanted to do that? Maybe I just wasn't paying attention.
I just thought it was odd that it was like, wow, Meg, that's crazy. You're going to stay in Europe. And then she was like, and I stayed in Europe. I was like, oh... Why was it crazy that Meg stayed?
Yeah,
then?
you crazy bastard. You crazy. They meet up. They get the look, and it's the weakest of them all.
I rolled because I simply don't agree.
Yeah, it's just weak.
It's a beautiful ending to a horrible film.
I think it's a horrid ending to a beautiful film.
And that's French cinema.
Yeah, that's French cinema.
Those two opinions?
People can disagree.
Yeah, because no, the French have never produced a movie that wasn't half horrible and half beautiful. They've never done it.
They can't nail it. They just really can't nail it.
Yeah.
You sort of sit and go halfway through going, this is just vile. And then you end and go, but wasn't it life? But wasn't that just life?
Oscar, who would watch Monte Carlo?
This is huge. I think it is a little bit of a... I'm putting it on a little bit, okay? I'm doing a little farce. I do think it is technically very well made. I think it is meandering, but it is also, I think, going to a certain female fantasy of just vibing around in Europe. And I think we are not the audience for this, but I think it is definitely appealing to that. And I think it does a really good job of that. I think it's very well made. I think all the direction, there's a lot of care and craft in it. Maybe because I definitely thought this was Disney film. I really did think we were doing, what's the Vanessa Hudgens one, where she's... The Princess Switch. I really did think we were doing that film. So I got spoiled with this film. So I kind of back it. Maybe that was in a vacuum. I was like, oh, isn't this shot on film? Gorgeous. Some shots where it's not just centered. Oh, gorgeous. I think it's a big recommend from me, Carl. Who would watch Monte Carlo?
I think if you're like a 14-year-old girl in 2011.
Yeah, I pretty much wrote that exactly. I said a 17-year-old from Wisconsin.
Yeah, it's just that.
It is just that, you know, and maybe that's me, but for a bit, for this hour and a half. It's an audience, isn't it? Isn't it appeal? It feels like one of those, like a boy band song. You know, it sort of like repels everyone else, but it captures a very certain niche interest with somebody.
Yeah.
Saying that though, a lot of people that we hang out did not like this film, which I was surprised at. Didn't not like it, but wasn't like in love with it. Maybe it's just a bit past their time.
Because nobody's in love with this film, Oscar. I don't know where you've got that
Look
narrative.
on Letterboxd. It's like mainly 5
There's always people that love something on Letterboxd.
Oh, because they're vile. But no, it's one of those films that like people are vile for, you know? They're just like it's the perfect like mountain and then the 5 stars like a single tower. Shut up. It's such a horrible reflection. Carl, who would watch Monte Carlo?
If you're a girl and you want a talented Mr. Ripley someone, this is the blueprint.
Oh, huge.
Oscar, who would watch Monte Carlo?
Oh, exact same thing. I'm thinking if you got a twin, you got to teach one of them an English accent. It can be poor. You're going to get yourself a real nice heist on your hands. Carl, who would watch Monte Carlo?
If you're interested in understanding Middle America more.
Oh, powerful.
Oscar, who would watch Monte Carlo?
I got to tell you, if you want to get into French New Wave cinema, this is your starting point and your end point because that's how it is, full circle. Carl, who would watch Monte Carlo?
If you want to see Andy McDowell, get a paycheck.
Oh, right! What was she doing here? I wrote
We didn't even mention her tonight.
Because the film, it's hi, I'm your mum at the table, and she's gone. Does she even come back?
No. I thought for sure she was coming back.
I really thought that was bonkers.
Yeah.
At least Molly Shannon from those Joey King films gets like a little bit. I'm in the background a little bit. That's crazy.
Oscar, who would watch Monte Carlo?
I gotta tell you, if you hate the French, these girls immediately avoid them. They go to France and go, I don't want to fuck
Not a French person in
They
sight.
do not want to touch them. They are service to them, and that is it. Carl, who would watch Monte Carlo?
If you thought Monte Carlo was a bit meh, this place will probably convince you.
Were you convinced by Monte Carlo's beauty?
I was like, maybe it was good, but then I looked back through my photos and I'm like, it wasn't.
It wasn't good.
It wasn't good, and I won't go back.
I won't go back. Oh, God. I won't go back. Carl, before we go, should we do a little palate cleanser? What do you wet your whistle with?
I watched Close, which is a French film about two.
Oh, so you do love the French cinema. Go on.
Which is about two young boys who have a really strong relationship. And when they finally go to, I think, middle school, they get made fun of because maybe they're gay when they're not, and it completely ruins their relationship.
Oh, damn.
It's a very, very good film. Beautiful, will make you cry. So fantastically shot. And also just like so quiet. A very, very quiet, slow moving movie, but very happy to just sit in the moments that it's building up for you. And then doesn't attempt to try and spell everything out for you. It's pretty happy to imply certain things. But yeah, I thought it was fantastic. I think it was nominated for foreign film last year or the year before. But it is very good, and I would highly recommend to anyone. Oscar, what's your palate cleanser?
I watched a little film called May. I very much liked it. It's from 2002. It follows a girl who's just sort of had a pretty rough childhood, and pretty much her mum gifts her a doll. And essentially she then grows up very socially awkward, just not really fitting in. Sort of has the vibe of just trying to connect with someone. She finds a guy she really likes, but she just is like unable. She essentially like uses the doll to talk to this try and like psych herself up, but just cannot do it. And it keeps unfolding in this horrible, horrible, horrible way until it ends in this just gruesome, nice metaphor with the sort of allegory for the doll and everything. It all comes together, and it's just horrific. I think it really captures that like lonely feeling, you know, if you just haven't done well in a friendship or relationship. I think captures that really well, and it's just very upsetting. It's very good though. I very much enjoyed it. It's also very quick. It's like 80 minutes.
Sounds like Mel Gibson's The Beaver.
Oh, sorry. No, it was Mel.
It was Mel Gibson's The Beaver.
It was Mel Gibson's The Beaver.
Yeah.
That's a classic mistake. Yep. No, Mel Gibson. Yeah, there we go. The Beaver.
That sounds really good though. I've never been lonely, so I can't relate. But I'm sure.
Me neither. I called up a friend. I said, "Hey, sorry, not a friend, an acquaintance." I said, "Hey, you've just got a sad look on your life. Do you want to just watch this film with me?" They went, "Yeah, great." I hung up. I watched it alone, and then I told them about it. Keep the loneliness, away from you. You don't want it near you, Carl. Thank you.
Stop calling me.
Okay. Well, fuck me dead. Okay. What the hell is this then? This is a phone call we're doing, right?
It sure is. I'm not paying for this call.
I'm paying $2 a minute. I'm in a hotel.
This is a prison call.
Carl, thank you very much for listening. What are we doing next week?
Next week, we are doing Kraven the Hunter.
Yeah, that's right.
That's right. Aaron Taylor Johnson called, and he wants his Morbius.
Yeah. Guys, check out the first 8 minutes on YouTube. It's all I've been recommended for a month. Check it out. It's the first 8 minutes of Kraven and the Hunter.
Sony must have paid $100 million to advertise the 8 minutes of Kraven on YouTube, and I gotta tell you, they're not a very good 8 minutes.
One of the worst sells ever. Imagine that, just like, hey, you're not, but it's exactly where you turf the movie. Go, well, I'm not gonna watch that.
It would be like, I'm sure, like in terms of if you're advertising 8 minutes, like if you were to take the first 8 minutes of The Dark Knight and be like, you should watch this, you'd be like, what a great opening heist. I'm hooked. I've seen the Joker. Let's see where this goes. It's simply just him in a prison bench pressing.
Yeah, and you go, I'm gonna get out soon, but not for another 20 minutes. You're like, I don't want to watch this.
Isn't it crazy the audience, for free, just got our review of the first 8 minutes of Kraven the Hunter?
Wait, our review was free? Wow, this is a paid, so...
Oscar, who would watch the first 8 minutes of Kraven the Hunter on YouTube?
God, it seems like everybody and yet nobody. Sony wants everyone to watch it, and nobody is. Nobody is. Thank you for listening.